All right, ready?
Yep.
All right, Maggie Rose, I will never forget the very first time I laid eyes on you. From the first time I ever met you, I knew you were going to be the rest of my life. I always knew all those drivers Bemidji were going to lead me to my person. In our early days, I remember bragging about you to my friends nonstop. I'm sure they thought I was crazy for going on and on about this Maggie girl, but there was just something about you I couldn't get out of my head. The way your big smile lights up any room you walk into, the way your brown/green eyes sparkle in the sun, and the way your huge heart taught me how to truly love are some of my favorite things I adore you for. Some of my fondest memories with you were spending time together in Bemidji, going to BSU hockey games, going to Culver's, Minnesota Nice Cafe, and driving through the Chevy dealer lot, looking at trucks we couldn't afford. Once COVID hit, instead of driving 104 miles to Bemidji, I only had to drive 5 miles to Kelly Lake to see the love of my life. I will never forget playing bingo on TV, taking trouble for quarantine walks, and having so much fun because we had zero responsibilities yet. Once I finished school, the search for our first home had begun. I remember looking at several houses together. Some I loved, some you loved, and some we disagreed on. By some miracle, we found our own little slice of heaven nestled on 10th Avenue East in Furlongville. After years of building a life together, I decided it was time to finally ask the big question, which is what got us here. I will never ever forget how nervous and shaky I was to ask you to be my wife. I was ecstatic when you said yes. I can't wait for the big day where I get to make you my wife. I promise to always take you to Caribou, to always play with Finn, to always put the monster protector out, to love you each and every day with my whole heart, to always be faithful to you, to always stick up for you, to always be your sunshine when skies are gray, and to love you until I take my last breath. Maggie Rose, I can't wait to make you my wife, and I will love you forever. Love, Nick.
That was so nice.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you too.
Nick, to say we've been waiting for this day since day one would be an understatement. I knew after the first day that I would never again find someone as good as you. Within the last almost 4 years, I've watched you move mountains, and I'm forever grateful that you chose me to be by your side through all of it. Even when we encountered tough situations, the distance between us was felt, or disagreements were had, you never wavered from the genuine care and love you've shown me from the start. But I would argue that with the life that I am so lucky to live with you right now, I already am. There are a lot of things I can't promise to do. I can't always put my laundry away. I can't promise to not let Finn hop on your side of the bed while you're brushing your teeth at night. I cannot promise to keep the plants alive that I begged you to buy with me. But despite all that, I promise to try. I will always make sure you have a full stomach. I promise to always wash the dishes if you will dry them. I promise I will always go into the grocery store for you. I vow to forever make sure the closet is fully stocked with apple scents from Bath & Body. I will always be your fall hunting partner, even though I would rather just take all the animals home. And I promise that fall will forever be my new favorite season because of you. Before you, I never knew that one single person could completely change my entire world. We are so young, but our clock will still be ticking. No time will ever be enough with you, and I vow to never take you or the time I have with you for granted. I'll forever cherish our daily routines because that's what makes you home to me. I know that one day I may not have that. You are my safe space, and you'll never fully grasp the importance of that to me. We were meant to cross paths in this lifetime, and how lucky are we that we did. I vow to be by your side through any and everything that we encounter, no matter how big or small. I'm forever thankful for you. If there ever comes a day where we can't be together, keep me in your heart and I'll stay there forever. I love you most. Happy wedding day, Nicholas.
Love you too.
I love you.
Those are so nice.
Thank you. You can cry.
No.
Nick!
What? Those are really nice.
It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Nick and Maggie Furlong. Nick, you may kiss the bride. They're married. As far as the state's concerned, God is earlier, the state comes last.
But Nick, I'm so thankful you came into Maggie's life. From the very beginning, it was obvious how much love you have for her. As her best friend, I couldn't ask for anything better for her. It's hard to believe that today is your wedding day. It seems like you two have been married for a while now because how well-rounded your relationship is and how you guys have built such a wonderful home together. Plus, it's like you already have a kid. Finn, he's such a good boy. Down the line, though, you two better not have too many kids because then Auntie Kimmy couldn't just move in and be your basement dweller. Anyways, congratulations, Maggie and Nick. I'm so proud of the love you guys have created. Thank you for letting me play a role in your wedding day. I'm so honored. I love you both so much, so cheers to Maggie and Nick.
Nick is incredibly hardworking, he's incredibly kind, he's a great person to surround yourself with, because something that's kind of difficult to see in people who are so funny like Nick, who have these great senses of humor, is Nick actually has a huge heart. And I'm so lucky to have been able to see that, because in some of my worst times, some of my hardest times, I can go to Nick and I can talk to Nick, and Nick can be there and not just sympathize, but he can feel. But above all, I think Nick is maybe the most loyal person that I know. And Maggie, what's great about you is that I see a lot of the same qualities in you as I see in Nick. I've seen firsthand how kind you are, how big of a heart you have, the integrity you have. And I think the two of you together is a match made in heaven, as cliche as that might sound. But really, you guys are wonderful together.
When Nick asked us to come to Bemidji to meet Maggie's parents before a hockey game, it seemed to be early to meet the parents. They'd been dating, as far as we knew, not a really long time, but it was so easy, and we had such a nice time, and we just knew that wherever that relationship went, we were going to be comfortable with it because it was just fun. And he's married someone that came from amazing people, and we're grateful for that. We're grateful for the time that we've gotten to spend with Jeff and Gretchen and our friendship, and we're just very, very grateful for this. So thank you.
As a parent, you pray and you try hard to raise hardworking, kind, and thoughtful children, and nothing's more important than their happiness. And you wish for them to find someone who works as hard and who loves even harder, who are kind and thoughtful, and who will love your child as fiercely as you do. And the truth is, when we think about who we wished for Nick to find, we wished for him to find Maggie. And so, please join us in a toast to my favorite boy in the whole wide world and my new daughter. Cheers to you both. We love you.